I didn't come here to talk shit about Tanjiro and Nezuko. Well, maybe a little. I f***ing hate you, Tanjiro. Kidding. Please don't attack me. Anyways, I'll be honest. I can't ignore this anymore. Tanjiro and Nezuko are truly showing how, well, main character they can get. This latest season has been a huge representation of that. Let me explain. From the beginning, I knew Tanjiro would be strong, but man oh man, this season gave my boy buffs beyond belief. Early in the show, he already showed potential, right? But with almost every encounter, he struggled too hard and eventually was forced to be saved. But in this latest season, he's literally showing feats. Like actually, a Hashira level of crack. I knew he would eventually have to surpass the level of Hashira, but I'm not really sure where he is as of right now. From his latest performance, he's definitely no bitch. In this fight with Hantangu, he certainly proves it. From the start, obviously, he struggles a bit. Morichiro gets blown away, so he's forced to deal with Upper 4 with Nezuko and Lil Bro Genya. Shortly into the fight, he even gets separated from those two and is forced to deal with, in my opinion, the best form of Hantangu. I actually like this form. Leave a comment what form y'all think is better, but I think this one is the coolest one. Anyways, in this fight, Tanjiro really shows a great level of planning. He's constantly getting screamed at and swooped on by this annoying ass eagle form. And eventually he realizes he needs to get back to the mansion where Nezuko and Genya are. If y'all ever played any game where there's a flying enemy and he can like scream, or any flying enemy, then y'all would understand why this form is so annoying to me. It's the best one, but at the same time it's very annoying. So he plans this out pretty well. He pretends to run away from this eagle form and outplays him entirely. Eagle Boy sees he's running and without thought goes in for another swoop attack. Tanjiro sees that he fell for it, and when he gets closer, Tanjiro stabs him right in the leg and mouth and decides to use him as a flying surfboard and surfs him back to the mansion. This was especially cool to me because this isn't some breathing technique that just overpowers the enemy. Tanjiro uses his brains in this fight. After making a fool of this form, Tanjiro runs into this angry form that has lightning powers for some reason and outplays him too by using the foot of the annoying form to nullify his lightning and split this man's head in two. The angry form even comments about how cool it is that Tanjiro is able to strategize mid-fight and beat his ass entirely. Unfortunately, it can't be so one-sided, and another annoying form shows up and uses his gravity powers to crush Tanjiro and Nezuko, and they are both knocked unconscious. And that's it. GG's. Our heroes are knocked out, the forms gather together and are deciding the finishing blow. Fight! The show jumps away from the fight and shows us what's happening with our other slayers at the time. When we get back to the fight, Nezuko, I guess, was faking it when she got knocked unconscious. And the next scene, she's running from the lightning with half a dead Tanjiro in her hands. She dodges it for a bit, but eventually gets struck by lightning. And it's weird, she got struck while holding Tanjiro, but somehow he seemed somewhat unfazed, and they trade places. Now he's running with the half-dead Nezuko in his hand. While he's running, he's thinking to himself that he needs to hit the enemy with a really powerful attack that would be hard enough so they can't recover easily. Nezuko, I guess, can read minds now and grabs Tanjiro's sword, and without any explanation as to this working, she uses her blood to ignite Tanjiro's sword with her hot pink flame. Honestly, it's really cool, but I don't think they talk about this at all. I don't even know if Nezuko knew this would work. Even Tanjiro is confused as to why Nezuko is just stabbing herself. Does Nezuko even train for battle at all, outside of being in fights with Upper Moon demons? Anyways, it doesn't matter because it gives way to Tanjiro realizing like, bruh, I'm the main character. It doesn't matter how it works. Just know I've struggled long enough in this fight. It's time for me to cook again. Our main character has a flashback memory about some girl calling Yoroichi cool, and Tanjiro realizes like, oh yeah, I'm Yoroichi now. So he unlocks his Demon Slayer mark, performs a move called Sun Halo Dragon, I think that's what it's called, and bodies 3 forms of Hantangu all at once. This by far has to be the highlight move of this season. Tanjiro definitely showed his main character feats here. Shortly after, it gets even more crazy. Our next feat from Tanjiro is when Hentengu finally stops doing Shadow Clone Jutsu and goes into Sage Mode. Mitsuri is stuck to deal with the Sage Mode form of Upper 4, and Tanjiro is asked to track down the main body. Tanjiro decides, hey, I'm the main character. I feel like I didn't do enough Yoruichi stuff. I need to show the audience I'm still that nigga. So I guess his leg is hurting while he's chasing down this so ugly form of Hentengu, and if he keeps running, he's gonna damage it even further. So instead of continuously running to catch this fast ass bitch, Tanjiro performs another main character feat by stealing someone else's move. Remember in Naruto where Rock Lee beats the shit out of Sasuke before the tuning exam? And then Kakashi sees Rock Lee's performance against Gaara, and what do you know? In Sasuke's next battle with Gaara, he just shows up pretending to be Rock Lee. Well, Tanjiro does this without getting beat up by Zenitsu. And remember, Zenitsu said some shit about his legs. So Tanjiro says the audience will love this and performs Thunderclap and Flash right before our eyes. You know, having the strongest breathing style, sun breathing, you know, the literal thing demons are afraid of, you would think Tanjiro would be enough, but from what he's doing, soon he'll be able to do all breathing styles while learning to become a sage before unlocking his Rinnegan and training with Whis to learn Ultra Instinct. What? He's the main character. I'm pretty sure he can do that. Anyways, our next feats are from our favorite love, Nezuko. I'll be honest, I'm extremely biased for Nezuko. Nezuko is flawless. I would literally have a real life fight for her if you disrespect her in any way. I forget his name, but that one Hashira dude has it coming. You know, throughout this series, the only problem with being a demon was that, well, you're ugly. Nezuko conquers that. You're forced to eat humans. Nezuko conquers that. Muzan is somehow in control of you. Nezuko conquers that, or she never had to deal with it. And last, but definitely the worst of all, your undoing is the sun. Well, Nezuko decided to say fuck that too. Literally, the only negative to being the overpowered demon who can regenerate consistently, stay young forever, use blood demon art, and actually decide her age is the sun. And, well, living forever, I guess. Nezuko, as a main character, has decided to overcome all these things. So, what now? Well, I guess now we just wait. I'm hoping Zenitsu and Inosuke come back with some off-screen power-ups, because after this performance, Tanjiro, you might have to leave your boys behind. Tanjiro and Nezuko are just blowing it out of the park this season. So, leave a like on the video. Leave a like for Nezuko. Or Tanjiro, I guess. Bye!